Hello, everyone. This is Kylene with Parents for Public Schools of Pitt County. Here today doing our Spring 2021 School Tour series. Of course, we're doing it virtually because if you've watched any other videos, you know that we are recording during the pandemic. However, we hope that you may be watching this for years to come and considering which school your children may attend in the future. So as you watch our video today, keep in mind that while some precautions are in place while we're filming, hopefully things will be a little bit back to normal by the time you're watching this. And that's kind of where our focus is today. I want to let you know that today we are here with Farmville Middle School, and we're going to be talking with their principal, Mr. Miller, and their counselor, Miss Williams. Good morning, Mr. Miller. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing well. How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing well. And Miss Williams, it's so good to have you.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Well, we are going to start out with just a few questions of these two wonderful staff members at Farmville Middle School, and then they have a whole presentation planned for us to watch to learn more about their school. Mr. Miller, a common question that we get from parents is about school size and classroom size. Can you tell us how many students you have in your school and about how many students are in each class?
Yes, ma'am. We have about 650, sometimes about 655. Sometimes those oncoming sixth grade cohorts are a little bigger like they were this year, which is always good. And we're about 25 per class. So it's doable size. It's good.
All right, excellent. And tell me a little bit about the Encore opportunities. I know that many students that are watching this and parents watching this might be moving from elementary school to middle school, and Encore really changes quite a bit when you get to middle school. So can you tell us some about that?
Sure. Well, we try to keep the music departments connected from Sug Bundy, our elementary feeder that comes, and Falkland and Lake Forest. But we also have band, and we have general music, we have orchestra, and we like to see the kids travel up through the grades, continuing to participate in the music programs here. They do a very good job, and we've got some very good new directors of those programs. We also have CTE, and then we also have two health and PE courses that you could take here and to get physically active, which is very important throughout the day. We also have a STEM lab, which a lot of the families and the students like to participate in, a lot of hands-on, which is always exciting. And got a great teacher, Ms. Jones, in there as well. And then we also started offering this year, and we're excited, we're going to keep it for next year as well, a Spanish class. We have more and more families that speak Spanish, but we have a lot of families that want to learn how to speak Spanish. So we've been very excited to bring on Miss Evers from Florida, and she is a very good teacher, and she'll be with us again. So we'll be providing that. And then we also have, we are an AVID school. So we're going to have next year as well, AVID Encore classes, where the students who were participating in AVID classes in the elementary years can continue to learn about AVID and those best practices.
All right, it sounds like you have so much to choose from. And it just sounds like students are going to have a great time there at Farmville Middle School with all of the different choices that they have. So one change that I think happens from elementary school to middle school, in elementary school, usually they're going to Encore classes like music once a week, art once a week, but that changes in middle school. So can you tell us, do they go to Encore classes every day, every week? How does that work?
They will go every day, and we're currently using, they'll switch from 2 encores every other day. So they may have band today, and then tomorrow they may have CTE, and then the next day they have band again. So we go back and forth. So every day they get one of their Encore classes.
Yes.
All right. And CTE, I know some folks watching, that might be a new term to them. Tell us what CTE is.
Well, it's, for those who are a little old school, it's computers. We used to call it computers, technology, but Miss Corbett does many things with them as far as the more old school. I mean, she will teach them how to type, And when I was in school, that used to be a class. But she also helps them with making PowerPoint presentations through Google Slides. She also helps them with mock interviews so that when they leave, they would actually know what it would be like to be interviewed by a future employer. And then she goes over real life situations with them that they can use before they even get to high school and then beyond. So it's a really cool class.
Excellent. Thank you. Another common question that we get from parents when we're doing in-person tours is about lunch in the cafeteria. So can you tell us in middle school, how long do they get for lunch, and do they get to sit with anyone, or do they still sit with an assigned class, or how does that whole process work?
Well, as you could imagine, feeding over 650 kids, breakfast and lunch is quite an undertaking. So they do, for lunch, they do come with their classes. They have specific times because we got to keep the line moving and everybody's got to eat. So they do sit with their classes. They're able to sit with their friends in their classes. Once they eventually get to eighth grade, we work with the eighth grade team to try to make it look more like a high school where you would be able to, sit with your friends that are in that grade. But of course, that requires a little bit more maturity and independence. And by the time they get to eighth grade, we definitely try it and found it to be successful.
All right. And another change that I know happens from elementary school to middle school is the type of communication that comes home. So I know a lot of elementary parents are used to that weekly folder coming home, and I think that might change in middle school. So tell us a little bit about how Farmville Middle School communicates with their parents.
Well, we definitely believe in using technology. So we send out a lot of emails. We use our Blackboard program. All the parents, they know me because they get a call from me every Sunday night at 6 o'clock from Mr. Miller, and which is good. And then they also get a copy of that phone call as an email as well. And then the teachers use what we call the Remind app, and they are able to give updates. And a lot of the parents really like that because they don't always have time to speak on the phone because they're working during the day or just can't get to their phone. So a lot of times, or speak on their phone. So a lot of times they can look at the app on their phone and communicate back and forth. It's very similar to a texting app. So we found that to be really successful as well.
Wonderful. So parents, you're going to hear a lot from Mr. Miller if you're at Farmville Middle. And my last question for you, Mr. Miller, before we talk a little bit with Ms. Williams, is really about parent engagement. So you've told me about some unique things that you're doing there at Farmville Middle School for parent engagement. Talk to us about that.
Well, one program that we've started this year and we found it to be successful, and I'm sure we're going to continue it into next year, is on Mondays. And Monday afternoons, we have a Google phone number for Ms. Black, our media coordinator, and families call and they make appointments and get more individualized attention where they can come out to the school Monday evening and work with Ms. Black and with some of my teachers. And they go through their courses on the Chromebooks, making sure that the parent and the student know how to successfully, give their assignments and submit their assignments in Canvas. Just going over the best practices in PowerSchool and Canvas, which have been our two main tools academically this school year. And then, but it's good because it educates the student as well as the parent. So even being a parent myself, I'm able to take that kind of information and sit down with my son and make sure that he's submitting his Canvas assignments. And I think Canvas is here to stay. So in some shape or fashion, these Chromebooks, Canvas, it's going to be here. So it's good for the kids and for the parents to be educated on the tools that our students are using here at the school.
That's such a great opportunity for parents to really connect on a very personal level with the school. I'm excited to hear about that. We are going to move now to talk with Ms. Williams, who's really been focusing on social and emotional learning with the students this year and will continue to do so in the future. Ms. Williams, tell us all about SEL and what that looks like at Farmville Middle.
Okay, so thank you so much again for having me on today. So I am Miss Williams. I am a sixth grade counselor here and half of seventh grade at Farmville Middle. I am the SEL committee chair, and we do have a great SEL program set up here at Farmville Middle. If you're not familiar with that acronym, it's the Social Emotional Learning Program that we have set up here. It's an ongoing program here at Farmville Middle. We try to help promote the mental well-being of our students and our staff here at FMS. Um, my committee meets once a month, and when we do meet, we try to discuss ways to continue improving the social emotional learning here at FMS. We have daily lessons that go to our students who are face to face and who are virtual. We use two different programs. We use the Second Steps program and Panorama program. One great thing about FMS is that we actually have the SEL um, class or time built into our schedule. So every day here at FMS, our teachers pull up the SEL lessons at the same time, and they go over those lessons with their students. And the students who are not on campus, they have their own set of SEL lessons as well. But it's an ongoing program, and it's a great way to build character into our students, along with the different programs that we do have here at FMS.
I think all of us as parents so value the academic education that our students are receiving at each school. But as parents, what we want more than anything is to see that our children are loved and that they are growing and they are becoming future citizens and current citizens in our world. And it sounds like you all are building really great skills in these students.
Thank
Tell
you.
me also, if a family or a student wanted to connect with the counselor for whatever reason, whether it was academic planning, career planning, mental health services, how do they connect with counselors at your school?
Well, one way they could connect, we have two counselors on our campus, which is the awesome thing here at FMS. You could either call the school and ask for one of the counselors. One of us will always be available. They can email us. We also have links that the students can actually send us a Google referral, and we'll reach out to them. And then as far as the mental health services, we are contracted with Pride Mental Health. So we do have a therapist that comes on campus for those students or parents who are interested in that service. And it's a very discreet meeting with the therapist and the student in a very private area that we have set up here at FMS. But they would only need to contact the school or email us, or the student can do a referral, and we'll reach right back out to them to see what the need is.
All right. It's great to hear that students are taken care of in so many different ways, be it academic or connecting with their parents or connecting with their counselors. You all really have a lot to offer there at Farmville Middle School. So the staff at Farmville Middle School has prepared a PowerPoint presentation for us to watch with a bit of video in it to see some of their school, and we don't want to delay that anymore. So for those of you watching, we're going to screen share and show you a video that they have prepared for us to watch. And hopefully I can make that work well.
Hello, students. I'm Mr. Miller. I'm the principal here at Farmville Middle School. I'm excited to show you guys our campus and all the wonderful teachers that are inside of it. So please enjoy this open house, our virtual open house, and go Patriots.
Hi, everybody. My name is Dottie Black, and I'm the media coordinator at Farmville Middle School. I'd like to invite you into my space. So Farmville Middle School has about 14,000 books in our collection. That's for teachers and students. We also have ebooks. through the district and through Farmville Public Library. My library is genreified, which means we have lots of different sections of different kinds of books. This is my circulation desk. So when you choose books, you can come up here and get them checked out to take home to read. I want you to look at all of the bookshelves that we have, and each one has different sections. So over here we have realistic fiction, and we have a really nice graphic novel section. We have mysteries and fantasy. And then the whole back wall is our nonfiction section. And that's all, as you know, those are books that are about real things like animals or history or biography. So you can get books for class projects as well as things that you like to read about, like your favorite football quarterbacks or basketball players. So this is our library, and I can't wait for you to come and visit it.
Classroom, the gymnasium. We have 4 locker rooms, each of these 2 for athletes and 2 for non-athletes. Out here is where the kids will sit with the daily exercises, and I'll get them ready for the day. We'll play games such as ladder golf, cornhole, badminton, basketball. We even go outside. We'll play kickball on baseball fields. We have a cage over there, stocked full of equipment for them to use. So they come in here and they have fun all the time with me. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me at danielD1@nc.edu.us.
Hello, I'm Mrs. McNeil, and I'm the 6th grade elective for Abbott. And you've already been studying Abbott at your regular school, so hopefully when you get in Abbott next year, we will continue working on these same skills. WICR, which is writing, inquiry, collaboration, organization, and reading. I look forward to having you next year. Welcome to Ms. Kirk's Positive Place, where all things ELA, 7th grade hall. We are learning. This is my 7th grade ELA class where I teach synchronous and asynchronous. As you can see, we are socially distanced in the classroom, and we try to do everything to make it possible for our students to be successful. I hope you have enjoyed coming to my classroom. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Lori Bowen. I'm one of the school counselors here at Farmville Middle School. I work primarily with our 7th and 8th graders. One of the exciting responsibilities I have is helping students prepare for their futures. At Farmville Middle School, we offer 3 high school classes that students can actually begin taking as an 8th grader. We offer Math 1, Earth Science, and World History. Math 1 is taught in place of 8th grade math, is taught by one of our 8th grade teachers here on campus year long. Earth Science and World History are taught by a PCVA teacher, and they're taught on the traditional high school schedule, which is a block schedule. So they take 1 class each semester. Even though these classes are online and taught by a PCVA teacher, we do give our students the opportunity to work on these classes during our school day. During 8th grade, students can also apply for Health Sciences Academy and Early College, which are 2 high school programs. And I help our students with their writing of essays and with their interview skills. At the end of 8th grade, I meet with each 8th grade student individually to discuss their career goals and get them registered for their 9th grade school year. 8th grade is an exciting time as we prepare our 8th graders for their high school success.
All right, for everyone watching, I hope you got a fantastic overview of Farmville Middle School through watching that presentation. It was so well done, and we got to see so many spaces and hear from some great staff. At this time, I'd like to close us out by just starting with Ms. Williams. Do you have anything that you'd like to add to people who are watching?
Just that I can't wait to meet you. And if they do decide to come to FMS, that they will be welcome with big open arms. And that's all I have to say. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for being here today. Mr. Miller, what would you say to parents who are considering Farmville Middle School, whether it's the next step and they're coming from Sug Bundy or Lake Forest or Falkland, or whether they're moving from some other place in the state, the country, or the world?
I think it would be a great school to send your child, so much so that my son comes here. So the great community, a small town community feel, still very close to Greenville and the hospital and everything. So it's a very nice community, a good community school. All 3 schools are beside each other. You just got to jump over the ditch to get to the next school. And very supportive, a great community. The area businesses contribute and give us free things and for the kids all the time. So just a good community, wholesome school to send your child and to have a good experience and to truly learn.
All right, well, thank you for joining us today. Parents, I know that if you have further questions, Mr. Miller, Ms. Williams, they would be more than happy to talk with you, email with you. And of course, you're always welcome to reach out to Parents for Public Schools, and we're happy to connect you and introduce you through email to folks who can help you get your questions answered. Thank you for joining us at Farmville Middle School today, and everyone have a great day.
Great day. Go Patriots.